Yo, what's up everybody? It's Leisure B. Yeah, on the virus today again. Yeah, I'm wearing some headphones because I just tried to do this tutorial and then all of a sudden I forgot that, like, I switched some switches there and then something went wrong. So I'm gonna wear headphones, you know, so I don't have to turn down any volumes or anything. So today, man, yeah, I just feel like making some cool bass line, and I want to use the FM synth on the virus. But the thing with the FM synth on the virus is it's kind of boring. Sorry about that, Christian, man, but it's kind of like, it's okay, but yeah, the input, like if you use strictly the virus, it sounds a bit, I don't know, like it's a lot better to do with the FM8. Like FM8 has way more possibilities on the FM front. If you want to do some crazy stuff in the high end with FM synthesis, then the virus is not like, the virus like itself is not that capable of doing that. Yeah, so what I figured would be a good idea, which I'm just trying out right now, is to use an other synthesizer as a frequency modulator for Oscillator in the virus. So I figured, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to open a Serum and then route it to the external out right here. Yeah, and this external out is connected through my mixer and everything, and patch bay and whoa, super magic shit into the input of the virus. So just imagine this synthesizer here going directly to the input of the virus. And I got a standard patch right here. It's on. Yeah, it's waiting for us. And then I'm going to route that Serum as the frequency modulator of the frequency, of course, like the modulator of the frequency of my Oscillator 2. And then see what happens if we can make some magic happen there. Yeah. Right, so I just got a init patch right here. Got an init patch right here. I want to switch to Oscillator 2 because Oscillator 1 doesn't have any FM stuff. I believe Oscillator 1 is the modulator for the frequency of Oscillator 2 usually. So put it way to the right and then select Oscillator 2 there. And then, let's see, mode classic south. I'm going to south 2. Yeah. So it's nice and bassy for you. Louder. Yeah. And what we're going to do now is we're going to go to the FM part right there. If I open the FM up, we get some noise. Yeah, it's not that bad, but yeah. FM mode position triangle. I should definitely figure out what these terms mean there. Oh, wait. Like that, and then we're going to go to input left right. All right. See what that does. That's more like it. Turn my headphones down a little bit. Maybe turn this seat down a little bit because I'm kind of bending over all the time. That's more like it. All right. So what's happening right now is that the Serum is controlling the frequency of my sawtooth on Oscillator 2. Yeah. Sounds pretty badass. Okay, now let's see if we can get some other bass sound in there. Like, I don't know. Bass hard. That better be fucking hard. Access to Mothership tonight. Alright, let's try that one. So, by the way, if you're wondering what's playing the notes on the Serum, that's the same keyboard that's also playing the virus itself. So I always get like the same note. I might want to Might want to tune that up a little bit, like, or a little bit, like, besides it or something. It's 1 octave down right here on the oscillator. That's pretty cool. It's pretty noisy. Kind of wondering if we're hearing the output now. It sounds kind of like it. Then again, I'm not sure if that's the modulation on the frequency, but that would be pretty hefty stuff. I should be able to find out if I turn the oscillator volume down. Well, it seems to be the oscillator. Nice. Try out some more. Let's see what's all in there. Ooh. Maybe turn the FM amount down a little bit. For this just being like a patch with another synth, like modulating frequency, that sounds pretty awesome. I like this. What I guess, like modulator. Sounds promising. This is fun stuff, man. Oh. Pretty sparky fresh, man. Wow. I'd say to be honest, I didn't really expect it to go that nice that soon. But hey, you learn something new every day, right? So what I want to do now is like, I don't really know. I'm really seriously thinking about checking out the Unison, but I like how it's like unpredictable on the high end. And it's like one time I electrocuted this onion. So the whole idea was we were going to get some nice electricity sounds, and my electricity guy neighbor said, what you need to do is get an onion and stick like a high voltage in there. I don't know how he managed. I think he got like some voltage amplifier or something. Then we put a real high voltage through the onion, and that's kind of what this sounds like. So if you want to get the sound of an onion being electrocuted, then all you get to do is got to buy a virus and a serum and a mixer and a sound card and everything, and you can just like also stick a couple of electrodes in an onion, of course. Okay, so I now want to get some of that high end, because now I got like the low pass filter down, which sounds awesome. But I want to get like a little bit of high end in there as well. I want to get some high end in there, and it'd also be nice with key follow. That'd be sweet, yeah. But on oscillator 1 though, yeah. Oh, yeah. Filter 1, sorry. That's nice. let me get to the filter section there. Yeah, exactly. So when I don't want a serial routing, I want a parallel routing. Why don't I save that init patch once with like a parallel instead of a serial? That'd be nice. Right, cut off link off. For the filter 2, I want like a bandpass. Whoops. Filter 2. Fuck's sake. Key follow on the filter 2 as well. Maybe some movement on the cutoff too, like on the bandpass there. Use the filter envelope for that. Resonance. FM, just a little bit. Then again, maybe not. See what else the oscillator has to offer. Pulse width and not doing anything. To get an envelope on that shape there. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. Oh, there's the Unison. That's yeah, let's try it out. Okay, pretty awesome. Oh man, that Unison is so, that's killer, man. Or maybe let's detune. Wow. Oh, dat is, ik wapper met mijn oren, jongen. Oh, I'm liking this, man. Fuck yeah. Okay, we need to put an envelope on that shape there. Okay, as I mentioned before here, you want to be careful with these settings. So that, like the first, because if I don't know, if you start like twisting this knob right here for like where it's supposed to go, and I mean right now it's on a mod wheel, but let's suppose the mod wheel is open like it is right now, then it might be that you're like fucking up every value that you pass while twisting this knob. So first we're going to put it to 0 here, and then we're going to turn this one off, and then we're going to go for the thing we want on the right side there. Like we want Oscillator 2 contour, no, what shape? Oscillator, no, that's out of all. What? Oscillator 2 detune, wave select, shape, index. There we go. Alright. And now on the right side here we want to have the envelope 3, preferably. There we go. Yeah. Okay. I like that, man. How's that 1 octave up? Okay. Back to the envelope. Okay, you can find the envelope in the edit settings, and then just envelope 3. Huh, that was lucky. So what do we want? We want like a slow attack, like relatively slow and a slow decay, and maybe like what's doesn't have any sustain, right? I was just wondering what, it doesn't have any fucking sustain. What's this? But of course not. Of course it has sustain. Don't be silly, Leisure. Alright, so put that in like plus. Not really hearing anything. Oh, it's oscillator 1 and we need oscillator 2. So again, put it back to 0. And then oscillator 2, of course, not oscillator 1. Oscillator 2. What? Where is it? Shape index. There it is. Right. I was just like, what? There's no shape index. Yeah, there is. There we go. Okay, so I got the virus on mono right now because it's a bass line, but I might want to do that to the synthesizer Serum thing here as well. Also, I'll play 2 notes and I'll be fucked. Exactly. As always with FM modulators, you got to take care of the release of the modulator, man. If that release is like short, then it'll fuck up your note as soon as you let go of the key. Kind of like at the end, and you're like, well, why is it going? And it's because like the modulator stops modulating, and your other tune, like the oscillator is still oscillating, you know. That sounds pretty cool, but there's a lot of mid in there, so I'm gonna take some mid out with the equalizer here. Yeah, gain that down there. Gain that down there, boy. And it's so lively, man. It's like a lot happening in there. Yeah, I seriously like that, like very much. I'm thinking maybe try some distortion on it as well. And just to let you know, I mean, there's no LFOs on this, right? Just an envelope on the high pass filter, which doesn't really do that much, by the way. Might even sound a little bit better without. Like really a little bit. Wow. That's seriously throwing up, man, there, that bass. Sweet. Now I want to try a little bit of distortion just for the fun of it. That's terror up your ass, man. I seriously want to make some drums for this, but I gotta go to bed in a minute, man. Fuck. Tomorrow morning I got a meeting where I really gotta be. I want to get that portamento out of there. Where's that on? Sustain, what? Portamento mode. Where's that? Velocity map. Where's that? Portamento. Shit, man. Come on. What? No. No. We should be here somewhere. Teacher, no. Fuck. What? Or is that on the oscillator settings, probably? Ring modulator off, sub oscillator, go on phase in it. Huh. I want to try that phase in it. Key mode is what? Portamento off. What? Key mode? What's key mode? Poly? No. No, I want to get Huh? Huh. That's weird. I would swear that it's not like resetting the filter number 3 there, but... Weird. That's definitely not doing the thing there. Key mode. It's kind of bugging me that I'm not getting the, what's it, portamento, legato, that's what I mean, legato. Not getting this legato on the, well, I am getting the legato, but I want to turn it off. Okay, time to check the manual there. Read the fucking manual, dude. That's pretty much what's up. Let's see, where is it? Look for user manual there. Okay, we're looking for legato. Legato. Alright, the matrix section. To make the program monophonic with a typical legato portamento. I don't want to do that. I want to turn that off. Also, section twice and look at the first combat. Change schema to mono 4. Okay. But I don't want that, so I'm like. Sounds like it's doing it anyways, though. To next page, set portamento to 32. What? Alright, so that's what we're gonna get with legato. What's this? Monophonic multi-trigger full portamento. Alright. Multi-trigger legato portamento. Was the legato only related to the portamento? Or what? Like, is the legato only related to the portamento? Is it not related to the envelopes then? How do I like not reset the envelopes, or is that not a possibility? Huh. Alright. Yeah! What's up? What's up? Yeah! I like this, man. I like this. Yeah. Alright. Alright, alright, alright. So, no legato in the envelope apparently. If you know how that's done, please post it in the comments. You'll make me very happy. Yeah, so that's it pretty much for today. Like I said, I'm gonna have to get up early tomorrow, so have fun and enjoy your virus, man. Bye bye.